Cam, what do you think about the 76ers this year? Obviously, they have the addition of Al Horford. They lost, Jimmy Butler. They also lost J.J. Redick, which was some shooting.
That's gonna hurt.
They pitched up Josh Richardson in the trade when they sent Jimmy Butler to Miami. So what do you think? How many games do the 76ers win this year, and what do you think is their ceiling?
They won 51 games last season. They're gonna win more games last season with the addition of Horford.
More games this season.
Huh?
More games this season.
More games this season with the addition of Horford. So I'm expecting 55, 56 games. I expect them to be number one in the East, actually.
Yeah, me too.
I think they're the best team in the East with the addition of Horford. That makes them losing Redick is going to be impactful, but
they still have Ennis. They still have Ennis. They still have Mike Scott. They picked up Trey Burke.
In my mind,
your boy got to start shooting threes.
Who?
Your point guard.
Ben. Yeah. I mean, he got to start shooting. I mean, he does at least two. At least two a game.
He got to start shooting.
At least
give him a threat.
Yeah.
Because then without that threat, the defense just packs in the middle, and he got to shoot. That's what's going to hurt them if he's not able to shoot jumpers.
I think he got to shoot jumpers more than threes. Like he has to be able to shoot jumpers and get some in the post, bro. Like when they
he can get to the hoop. I'm not worried about his post game. He gets to the hoop.
Yeah, but his post game isn't defined.
I don't care about that. I do because you have your big boy down low. I don't need him to get in the post. You got your big boy down low.
No, he like.
What do you mean no? You got him now. You're gonna have Joel Embiid and Horford down low. But he doesn't need to go down there. He really doesn't need to go down there.
I feel you, but also the thing about Embiid is number one. I always worry about Embiid's health. He's not going to play 82 games. Also, you can't run that man out there 35 minutes a night. So he's probably going to play around like 32 because you have to keep the guy like he's just not the most durable human being ever. Sure. But to me, I think all of this offense, they'll figure out the offense. The defense, they should be the best defensive team in the league by far.
Yes.
By far.
Yes.
When you look at their lineup,
especially with Josh Richardson.
It ain't the weakest defender is probably Tobias Harris.
Yep.
Yeah. And so they got another.
But he's going to get 20 a night.
That's another score they got.
Exactly. But he's going to get 20 a night.
I don't know if he's going to get 20. I think
he should get 20. He really should.
He should, but I don't know if he's this guy that's also wild.
He probably won't, but still, he's the guy that you think, okay, we need a bucket. We in a little rut right now. I'm going to throw the ball to you or Josh Richardson. Do not sleep on Josh Richardson. Josh Richardson was very, very good in Miami. Right, that was a guy that Miami didn't really want to let go of in any trades.
Right.
Like Minnesota was trying to trade him to Miami was trying to get him then, but they didn't want to come up off Josh then.
He's not the shooter though that Redick.
He's not a shooter, but he can still shoot the ball.
Yeah,
he can still shoot the ball. Like Josh Richardson shot last year from 3. He shot 35%.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. Like it's not great, but it's not bad. You can't just look at that man shoot the ball. Obviously, nobody's Redick, but again, I don't think they'll figure out how to score points. They'll figure it out. My thing is defense.
They're gonna be there. Defense, I don't think that you have to worry about that.
I think that this team realistically has a real shot to go to the finals. I mean, if you look at it, the team that you're really preparing for is Milwaukee, and I think you pick up Horford, who's been historically the best defender on Giannis.
Yeah.
Now again, it looks like Giannis went and got better. Like I was watching the FIBA game, I saw him hit a turnaround, saw him like a step back too. So it looks like he's added some things to his game.
Yeah.
But also you put Embiid down there as well. I think Embiid should win Defensive Player of the Year. There's no reason he shouldn't win it. Especially
he got to be healthy, but I mean, I feel you.
He has to be healthy, but if he's healthy, he should win it.
Yeah.
I honestly think Embiid has a real chance to win MVP this year. A real chance.
I wouldn't be surprised.
He has to be healthy, but this is probably like one of the best teams they're gonna get.
Yeah.
When you look at it like this, is probably one of the best teams that they're gonna get, and again, he should actually win MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. Both. Embiid should win both.
But
he got to be healthy.
He got to be healthy. He has to be healthy. If he can stay healthy. If he can stay healthy. If he can stay on the court for about 71 games, which he hasn't done yet, but if he can, he should win both of those awards.
For that reason, the feed. Look,
go ahead.
Feed up? Is it good?
No, we good.
Okay. For that reason, I don't need Simmons to go down low.
That's fair.
If he can shoot from the elbow, shoot from the outside, I don't need him to go down low.
But that's kind of down low. Elbow is high post area. But that's what I mean. Like, I don't think he needs to stand out there shooting 4 or 5 threes tonight, but he got to shoot something.
Yeah, he got to pull up.
Get you a mid range.
Yeah, he got to pull up.
Like, don't be immobile out there.
Right.
Now look, one thing I did look when I was.
And he gets to the hoop too. He gets to the hoop too. And so I was kind of debating last year, like, does he really need a jumper?
He doesn't need one, but on this team he needs it.
On this now with with Horford,
he needs
and Embiid.
Yeah, he has to.
He doesn't.
shoot.
Now
Yeah.
he needs to stay outside.
If he had his own team, he wouldn't need that shit.
Right.
It's like you could just play out the post. You could basically play like Magic Johnson in the 80s.
Yeah.
Magic wasn't really shooting the ball too much in the 80s, get to the rim, play out the post, do things like that. But on this team with the guys that they have, he needs to at least have a mid-range jumper at the very least. But I do think that if he doesn't shoot real well, I think what like you can do with him is like combat it by he runs the bench lineup. Because if you look at the bench, you got like Zaire Smith, you got Mike Scott, you got James Ennis. You can kind of run a lineup like what they ran a couple years ago. Remember when they went on that winning streak?
But
when,
who becomes your
out?
ball handler? Who becomes your premier ball handler in that situation?
I mean, like you can like
take the ball out of his hands.
I mean, but like you can run stuff too. Horford, you still got Trey Burke. Like you could manage sending him to the bench early and like rotating that so he plays with the bench a lot and he keeps the bench lineup if he still has not developed a jumper.
It's a good problem to have because nonetheless, either
it is
health considering, barring injuries, Philadelphia should win the East.
Yeah,
and
it is.
I like their bench. I don't think their bench is bad. Like they have Zaire Smith. Now, granted, he didn't play last. Well, he played a little bit last year, but he looked decent in summer league. Jonah Bolden can stretch the floor. He looks good. Masai Ty Bully, whatever his name is. I think he was the Pac-10 defensive. With the Pac-12 defensive player.
Matisse,
Yeah.
I think
he was the Pac-12 defensive player of the year last year.
Yeah, he's a
if
defender.
I'm not mistaken.
He's a defender.
Yeah,
but none of these guys are scorers, though. None of these guys are scorers. Only
Zaire can score. They can shoot, though. Like, I would assume that you would do the rotations where Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris led the bench.
And Tobias Harris, you got your bench guy. You paying him what? Isn't he at 25?
No. He means like how like when Steph and KD go off the floor, the Warriors run a lineup of Clay and Draymond so that
No,
when
I
they get
understand
play
what
more
you're saying, but Tobias, I think they're a little sour on what they just paid him last year.
I don't think they sour. That's why you pay him.
Why you pay him? He's not
because they need that extra scoring pop.
Yeah.
If he can round into shape, if they can tighten.
I mean,
him
he
up.
also shot 39.7% from the 3-point line.
It was just bad in the
last year.
playoffs.
I think
like,
that-
in
yeah,
the
he
playoffs,
just-
couldn't
He
make
just
shots.
wasn't good in the postseason. He was 34.9, and he shot 42% from the field. He just dropped a lot during the postseason, but he did give you more rebounds and more assists in the postseason and more steals.
He's not a bad playmaker. That's like one thing I learned by watching the Clippers last year. I even actually asked Doc about that post game. He was like, "Yeah, that's something that we've been really working on him."
Last year I remember
last year. He's not a bad playmaker. He's not a guy who's going to go out there and give you like 10 assists every night.
Sure.
But he's not a bad playmaker. Like he can make the right play.
Right. Yeah.
But again, like I think if you Philly, like you have to look at it as championship or bust.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why
Yeah,
can't you
it
bust?
is.
Why
No,
can't
it is
you?
a bust.
It's win the East or bust.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's
You could have
championship
met realistically if Embiid wasn't hurt and sick last year, and Kawhi doesn't hit that shot. They could have realistically been in the finals. So it's like it's championship or
And we
bust.
forget.
Last year wasn't championship or bust. It was like the year before you get to
And I'm
championship.
gonna keep
or bust.
saying, like Jimmy Butler sprained his ankle late in Game 7. People don't remember that. Remember he turned his ankle late in Game 7. If he don't turn his ankle, who knows?
They beat Toronto.
Who knows? And if they beat Toronto, I would assume they're going to beat the Bucks. They get in the finals. If the Warriors still hurt the same way, who knows?
Yeah,
Philly might have had a parade.
So we all agreed.
Yeah.
Philly, the Philly, their number one seed in the East.
I think they should be number one seed.
They should be number one.
And they should be the
seed
best
in the East.
defensive team in the league by far. They should actually be one of the best defensive teams we've ever seen in our lives. Honestly, they have at least 3 people who should make the all defensive team: Ben Simmons, Josh Richardson, and Embiid. And Embiid should be first.
Ben
team.
Simmons as well. Ben Simmons was a top 5
That's what I
perimeter
said.
defender.
I said 3 people should make the all defensive team.
You put a lot on Josh.
Embiid should be first team. Josh and Ben should be second team.
Josh has never played with a point guard like Ben Simmons. That's going to literally get him the ball wherever
or
he needs a
center
good spot.
like Embiid.
Yeah, or anybody on that team.
Forward like Horford.
Or anybody like anybody on this team.
Yeah.
He was in the Heat
Horford
after.
should be all defense as well.
If they got 4
exactly.
people, so they got
Yeah,
4
they should
people
put- yeah.
who I would be very disappointed if they don't all make the all defensive team.
Yeah.
The all defensive second team should be
And
all
then Matisse is
Sixers.
a defender.